and find a comfortable spot to start your practice. You can sit, you can of course lie down. I always share that if I lie down this time of morning, I'll probably fall back asleep, but maybe not for you. Maybe it feels good to lie down this morning. I've got some bergamot essential oil, bergamot essential oil. It's kind of like potato, although I don't know anybody who says potato, like literally nobody, but it's apparently a thing. So bergamot essential oil, it's a citrus. It's kind of like between a lemon and a lime. And this one's really good for the, you can't see my belly probably, for the third chakra, which is going to be here, like your solar plexus. So I often associate bergamot essential oil with like the power of the sun, or the energy of the sun, and how we possess that energy inside of our belly, that heat and that fire in our belly. So we're going to kind of focus on the third chakra a little bit today, third and fourth. So belly and heart, and kind of the two work together. We've been really kind of connecting with the intention of grounding the last few weeks. I think because, you know, it's been challenging to stay grounded in our bodies during this weird time. But I know that for me, I've been feeling more grounded this week, probably because there's this like sense of end or pause of the situation. That's, you know, the whole COVID-19 thing. It's like it's not over, but it's sort of shifting again. Like there's some transitioning happening. So it's almost like there's a hope. There's like this little light of hope in the world that I've been feeling just out on walks and things like that. So anyways, I think that's probably helping with keeping me feeling a little bit more grounded. So we'll kind of move our energy up today. So of course, where we start grounding by sitting or lying down, and as you like, go ahead and just let your eyes close if you haven't already. And the moment your eyes close, notice what happens. Notice what that initial experience or check-in is for you, that moment that your eyes close. Maybe you start to breathe a little bit more deeply. Maybe you sit up a little straighter. Perhaps you start to notice some feelings or areas of tension in your body that you weren't noticing before, and you make some small movements or adjustments to release that tension as much as you can. This might be the moment where in your body you receive feedback from an area that's like, oh, I'm actually kind of sore or tired or whatever it may be. Just take a moment, a couple of moments here. I'll just hold the space for you to do so, and just check in with your body and your breath and your energy and your emotions, and just where are you? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? What does today feel like? What does this morning feel like to you right now? And then I invite you to check in just a little bit deeper. Maybe ask or inquire what brings you to your practice today, or what brings you to your mat, if you're on a mat, or your floor, or wherever you are. What brings you to your practice today? See if there's anything in there, an answer, a question. And then going just a little bit deeper than what brings you to your practice today, What brings you to yoga, period? Question mark. What brings you to this practice? This practice that is old and ancient and has shifted and changed in so many different ways over the last thousands of years. What is it that draws you to this over and over again, or for the first time? Maybe this is a new practice for you, or maybe you've been doing it for years, somewhere in between. But what is it that draws you to this particular practice? Is it something that you feel inside? Is it something that you have heard or read? You know, for me, it's shifted over the years too. Like, what drew me to yoga in the first place was a need to make sense out of some challenges that I was having in my own life, and having heard a lot of people say things about how yoga makes them feel calm and peaceful and, happy and at peace with their life. And I was like, well, that sounds good. I'm going to check that out. And that was kind of my initial intention for the first year, 2 years I practiced. And now it's more like coming back to this familiar, comfortable, sometimes challenging place of clearing, of clarity. It's like the minute I start to breathe more intentionally, move my body in these certain ways, I'm able to free up these energetic blocks in my body. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. I am limitless and I am empowered and I do have all the power for everything I could ever possibly want to create. And it feels really good. So maybe that helps you form a little bit of an intention for your practice today. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So if you're already sitting, just stay where you are. If you are not sitting, go ahead and come to seated, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm just gonna sit cross-legged, so that feels good. You can sit that way, or you can sit on your heels, or if you're sitting up on a prop of some kind, that's fine too. And just take a moment to adjust. If you haven't been sitting already, sit up nice and tall. If you have been sitting and you feel like you need to make some adjustments in your body, go ahead and do that too. You can change your legs, or maybe just kind of wiggle it out a little bit. And then just taking your fingertips to the floor, if they can touch, and take a moment here with your fingertips kind of by or hovering over the floor, and just bring your shoulders forward and up. Big breath in, and then back and down. Do that one more time. And just kind of let the chest open a little bit. Feel as you open the chest too, your back might want to arch. So take a moment to just kind of bring that belly in, so you feel that activation through like your whole torso. Fingertips are still on the floor. Relax your neck, chin slightly tucked in towards the throat. And then as you breathe in, you'll turn your palms open and reach your arms up, taking a big inhale. And just stretching up here, drop your shoulders. And notice that right now you might be reaching just with your arms. If your arms are reaching towards the ceiling, think about your hips, your waist, and your ribs, and lift up just a little bit taller. Keep your shoulders down. Starting to lengthen through the side body. Relax your legs. Keep the core engaged. Take a big breath in again here. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist yourself to your right from your belly. Keep your arms up. Take an inhale, sit taller. And then as you exhale, drop your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand to your knee or your thigh. And just hold this twist for a full breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift up. Unwind, reach up. Lift up out of the torso. Exhale, twisting to your left. Hold. And then exhale, Release your hands, left hand behind you, right hand to the thigh. Inhale, back to center. And then one more breath each direction. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. And then exhale, drop your right hand to the floor. Keep your left arm up. Reach, reach, reach. And then start to crawl those right fingertips away from you as you stretch up and over to your right. And then reach your left fingertips and your left hip away from each other. And imagine that you're trying to shine a light through your ribs, like up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulder back a little bit. You can come down to your elbow if you want. Maybe let your right ear fall to your right shoulder, or if it's comfortable for you to look up, whatever feels good on your neck. Really use that right hand too on the ground to help push and open. I held the stretch a couple times last week for a while, and I was sore, like my obliques, my side core muscles, and my ribs and my intercostal muscles. Like I was actually sore from just the stretch, which is pretty amazing. So take another couple breaths here. Reach, reach, reach. You might be feeling some warmth and heat in your arms. That's okay. That's good. One more breath. Inhale, slowly bring it up. Just let your left arm release down. Take a moment to kind of feel that rush of energy of prana down the arm. My left arm is super warm, my right arm is super cold. And then we'll go to the other side, but just take another moment here. You might feel like you're a little lopsided. I know I do. And then you're gonna take your right arm, reach it up. And we'll crawl those left fingertips away and stretch over to the left. And then pressing into that left hand, shining that light through your ribs towards the ceiling. Imagining, feeling, pulling your right hip and right fingertips apart. Breathing. Making sure your neck isn't holding any unnecessary tension. Make sure it feels good wherever it is. Two more deep breaths here. Actually, let's go 3 more breaths. Inhale. Slowly bring it back. I like to bend my elbow when I do so. Woo. Pause here. Just feel all of that movement, that energy around your sides and maybe in your back a little bit. And then let's go ahead and move to hands and knees. We'll come into a different space for a minute. We're going to come back to seated here after this, but let's come into hands and knees. Just go ahead and take a couple cat-cows here, whatever feels good. Inhale, letting your back arch. Keep your belly engaged as you do this. Exhale, round. And like we do when we're kind of focusing on an energy part of the body or chakra of the body, let this movement move from your solar plexus, from your third chakra. So from that just above the navel area. It's our center of self-assuredness and self-esteem, willpower, confidence. Coming back to tabletop, flat back. We'll take our right leg straight back, toes are pointing towards the floor, and just roll the right ankle. Start with some nice little easy ankle circles. And notice that your core has to be engaged to keep that leg up. Otherwise, you're like drop down like this, and that's really bad for your back. Go the other way with your ankle. And then go ahead and just flex that foot, so point those toes towards the floor. Inhale, we'll extend our left arm forward, so opposite arm and leg. And then as you exhale, moving from the navel, you're gonna curl in, elbow and knee come together. Inhale, extend, exhale. Inhale. We're gonna go 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, extend, exhale, hand down, knee down. Maybe let your hips move a little side to side, or take a nice cat stretch to kind of just release a little bit of tension there. And then let's take the left leg back. So again, toes are pointing towards the ground to start, and then just circling the ankle in one direction. Ooh, I got a nice pop on that one. Circling that ankle around, and then circling it back the other way. And then we'll flex that foot. Inhale, take the right arm forward. Exhale, elbow and knee, bring them together. Inhale. 5 more. 4. 2. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Go ahead and take those knees apart, toes together, child's pose. Nestle your chest down between your thighs. And as you're in this child's pose, feel the sensation like you're in Anahatasana, like you're in melting heart pose. It's like your chest is melting towards the ground. It might feel even like your back is slightly arching, even though it might not be. Might be a little bit of an arch there, but feel like your chest is melting towards the ground. 2 more breaths. And then we'll come back up to hands and knees. And if you can, sit back on your heels. If that's not comfortable for you, you can sit however you want, of course. But if you can sit on your heels, or if you have like maybe a block or something you can put between your feet, you can sit that way. We're going to do just a little bit of breath of fire just to really kind of like finalize that activation of the belly. We just did a little bit of it, but now we're going to really activate it. So breath of fire, if you know it, is forceful inhale and exhale, not even forceful, but intentional inhale and exhale. If you don't know it, it's kind of like a sensation of hyperventilating, but it's in your belly, so it's actually really grounding. So it might sound really slow, like or might be a little faster. Faster. So you can explore that for a moment, play with it for a minute or so. I'll go ahead and guide us to begin, and then just explore. If you lose it, just come in and out of it as you need to. If you hate it and it doesn't feel good to you, always, if anything doesn't feel good, do something else. Just easy, deep, slow breaths, or maybe just gentle abdominal breathing. Just kind of focusing your attention, your energy on this belly, this fire center. So when we're ready, let's go ahead and begin. Maybe exhale first, big inhale. Here we go. Release the breath. Take a big inhale. Hold. Exhale, mouth. Take a moment to feel where you feel the sensation of that breath of fire in your belly, hopefully, but also maybe you feel like tingly up in your brain, in your head. Always clears out, sort of like brain fog for me too. And we'll do it one more time. So when you're ready, go ahead and begin. Exhale. Inhale, hold. And release. When you're ready, come to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under. Big inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. Let that fiery energy from the belly start to move up into your head too. Feeling this slight inversion. Pedaling out your feet, shaking out your head. What feels good? And then go ahead and take your feet a little wider. So take your feet like, I don't know, maybe 2 feet apart, give or take. Lift your heels. Inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna drop your right heel and you're gonna let your hips go as far to the right as you can. Really stretch the right leg. And then inhale, back to center, lift both heels. Exhale, drop your right heel, your left heel, keep your right knee really bent and let your hips go really far to the left. And then back to center, feet comfortable distance apart. Inhale, gazing up towards your hands. Exhale, walking forward. We'll come up into forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, lift halfway. And fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curling up. Strong in the feet. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Palms can touch. And then exhale, go ahead and bring those hands to heart center. Releasing your hands down by your side. Coming into mountain pose, shoulders rolling back and down. And then inhale again, we'll reach the arms up. This time you're going to interlace the fingers, but you'll keep the palms facing towards the top of the head, so you're pressing through the backs of the wrists. And stretching up through the ribs, up through the torso, just like we did when we were sitting. And then as you exhale, take yourself up and over to your right. I always let my head just rest on my right arm here. And feel your hips move to the left. Feel yourself, hips and hands pulling away from each other. Inhale. Bring everything back to center, strong core. Exhale, over to the left. Hips go to the right, hips and hands moving apart. So now you're opening the side body, but you're extending it down into the hip, into the IT band. And inhale back. Exhale, palms out, slowly release the arms down. Bringing the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers or just grab opposite elbows. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, shift the weight forward into the toes. Start to drop back any amount, just a tiny little back bend here from the chest, from the upper back. Inhale, use your core to bring yourself to center. Bend your knees like you're coming into a chair pose, and then release down, forward fold, Yoga Mudra. Keep your hands interlaced behind your back, or don't, whatever feels good. Take a couple of breaths here. And slowly exhale, release your hands down to the floor or towards the floor. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, bring your hands all the way flat to your space, to your mat, and then as you exhale, walk your feet back into downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale, come forward to plank. Top of the push-up, high push-up, little bend in those elbows, shoulders over wrists. Nice and strong plank here. Inhale, rock forward into your tiptoes, and then your choice here, exhale, maybe drop your knees as you lower down, or keep your knees up, lowering halfway, or all the way to the floor. Wherever you land, release the tops of your feet, lifting cobra, or maybe you're floating over your feet into upward facing dog, and release. And then inhale, pressing up to knees or toes, exhaling back. Downward dog. And inhaling, preparing to come forward. So maybe looking up at your hands, maybe lifting your heels, bending your knees. Exhale, walking, or maybe you want to even float or jump your feet up to your hands. Coming into forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, reach the arms. Palms touch, lift the heart. Exhale, hands come all the way down through the center. Forehead, mouth, throat, chin, heart center. And then releasing arms by your side, mountain pose. Inhale, let's reach up again. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lower, releasing back. Downward dog. Take 4 more breaths in your downward facing dog. Feeling this is like what, our fourth downward dog this morning? Notice the difference in the feeling, and notice if you've lost your attention on either A, what you're practicing, what your intention is this morning, why you're here, or B, that focus on your third chakra, your belly. And just bring your awareness back to that space. From downward dog, inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, go ahead and open that hip up. Keep the legs straight, or if you'd rather, go ahead and bend the knee. Little bend in those elbows. We're gonna do those down dog push-ups again because I love them so much. So square your right hip, extend your right leg straight behind you. And then as you exhale, elbows bend out to the sides, crown of the head comes towards the floor. Inhale, extend. We're gonna go 5. So that's 1. Core is engaged the whole time. 2, 3. Try not to lock out your elbows. 4. Last one. Down dog. 3-legged dog. Right leg is still up. Inhale, come forward. 1-legged plank. If you can. If you're like, no way, set the foot down. That's fine. Holding 1-legged plank. And then from here, inhale, exhale, right knee to right arm. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee to left arm. Inhale back. Right arm. Inhale, left arm. One more time each side. You got this. 1-legged plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor, knees or toes, your choice. Come all the way down onto your belly. Bring your forehead to the mat. Bring your hands back, either palms down, fingertips to the outsides of your thighs. Legs can come together. Or interlace your hands at your low back. We're gonna lift into locust. So from here, you're just gonna lift your torso. Keep your gaze down, the back of your neck long. Again, you can have the hands interlaced or just floating. Keep the tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale, take one more little lift. Exhale, lower. Slide your hands up under your shoulders. Feel your low belly pull in and up. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, loop your shoulders. Exhale, press to hands and knees or press to plank. Hold, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Feeling more alive maybe this morning? I know I am. Let's inhale, take that left leg up. Exhale, go ahead and open that hip up. Maybe bend the knee. And then we'll take that left leg straight back. Square the hip. Down dog push-ups, we're doing 5. Here we go. Bend the elbows out, forehead towards the floor. 5. Lower, exhale on the lower. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, 1-legged plank. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee, right arm. Good, 3 more. Well, 2 more each side. 3 total. Slow it down. This is our last one. Land the foot. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Arms can stay forward, or if you need to give your shoulders a little rest, bring your hands back and let your shoulders rest on your knees.
You can pay attention here. If you can actually feel the beat of your heart, connect with that sensation. I can feel my heart on my thigh. And then let's slowly make our way back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, walking or floating feet to hands. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, extend the arms. Reach them up, let the palms touch, stay here. Palms touching, feet firmly planted on the ground. Just take a moment. You're like a lightning rod here for energy. Close your eyes. And feel yourself breathing energy out from the earth and down from source or spirit. Connecting in this middle plane, which is our reality here on planet Earth, in your body. Everything we experience here is the middle space. Colors, smells. And just feel that life force, that prana, that light moving into you, up through your feet, and down through your hands, through your crown. Inhale, bring your palms apart. Turn your palms away. Drop your shoulders. Big inhale again into your heart, and then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly lower those arms. This should feel slightly challenging. All the way down by your sides. Mountain pose, Tadasana. From here, as you inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Get nice and low. Bring your hands into your heart. Feel your belly pull in. Feel your chest lift. And again here, we're gonna practice breath of fire. If you're like, no, I'm not, that's okay, you don't have to. But just like we did at the beginning, forceful or intentional, inhale and exhale. Go ahead and begin. Keep going. Sit lower. Exhale, sit as low as you can. Release, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Feel your weight move into your heels. Flat back, come onto your peace fingers. You're just lightly floating on your fingertips here. Feel more weight in your heels, so you could even lift your toes. Belly is in. Inhale, take your arms back behind you like you're jumping off a ski jump. And then you're gonna take those arms and you're just gonna sweep them forward and up. Back to chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your right leg. Left leg, take your knee as high to your chest as you can. And then exhale, you're gonna wrap that thigh over. So eagle pose, if you need to, you can rest those left toes on the ground, or maybe you tuck that foot behind your leg, sitting down a little deeper. If you wanna take the arms here, you can keep your hands at your heart, or you'll take your left arm under your right arm. Belly in, strong breath. Woo. Bring your hands back to your heart. Keep your legs lifted if you can. Unwind that left leg. And as you exhale, you're just gonna take that left leg straight back and land it on the floor. Woo. So you're gonna come into warrior two, opening up to the side. One warrior pose this morning. From here, we'll exhale into side angle, forearm to thigh, left arm reaches by the ear. And just like we did when we opened our side body at the beginning, really reach. If your right hand easily makes it to the floor, you could go to the floor, maybe you're on a block or something. Doesn't really matter what your right arm is doing so much. You want this energy from the outside edge of the left heel all the way up the leg, side of the body, reaching, reaching, reaching. Like how open can you get here? Shoulder down. Inhale. Let's come back to warrior two. And then we'll exhale, windmill our hands down to the floor into a lunge. Inhale, right foot to left plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Cobra or upward dog. Back to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, walk or float, feet to hands, back up to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Your chest is on your thighs. And then lengthen through your torso, come onto your fingertips. Take your arms back. Shift your weight into your heels, belly in. Inhale all the way up into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shifting your weight over into your left leg, taking your right to wrap it around for eagle pose, Garudasana. Hands can stay at the heart or right arm under left. Keep your attention on your belly. Release your hands back to your heart. Woo. Unwrap your leg, keep it floating if you can. And then slowly stepping that right leg back. Heel down, opening up warrior two. As you exhale, left forearm to thigh. Right arm's gonna reach by the right ear. Moving back into that side body. Pressing into the outside edge of that back heel. Get a little bit longer. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the ground. Lunge, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra or upward dog. Downward facing dog. From this downward dog, we're gonna just make our way down to seated. If you like to jump through to seated, great opportunity to do so. Otherwise, you can do united and just come down. Taking those legs out in front of you, moving the flesh out from underneath you. And we'll start with the right leg, just stepping it over the left. Just hugging that knee in, sitting nice and tall. Remember, length coming from the side body. And kind of like we did in the beginning, inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, you're gonna twist to the right. Hold, inhale, sit a little taller. And then as you like, exhale, release your right hand behind you. Your left elbow can come to the outside of your thigh, or maybe you just wanna hug that knee in. Spinal twist. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Bring that right foot back by your hip. See if you can get your right knee to stack as closely on top of your left knee as possible. Your left foot is still flexed. Maybe just sit here or start to take your chest slightly forward, or maybe you want to fold over that leg as much as you can. You might even stack your fists on that knee to catch your head. Getting into that left IT band. One more breath. Inhale, coming up. And we'll release right leg. We'll switch, stepping the left foot over the right. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting from the side body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Holding for a breath, inhale. And then exhale, release the left hand behind you. Again, the elbow can go to the knee, or you can hug it, whatever feels good here. Inhale, and then exhale, unwind. And then we'll bring that left foot back by the right hip, left knee stacks on right knee. So half cow face pose, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe just pulling your chest forward and then folding over any amount if you want to. Getting into that right side IT band. Runs along the whole outside of the leg. One more breath. Inhale, all the way up. Release the legs. You've got both legs extended out in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Take your arms forward. Big inhale, and then as you exhale, pull your belly button to your spine and lean back so there's a little curve. Pull your shoulders back. So sometimes we sit really flat like this, but you're gonna actually slightly round your back, low back. Holding here, little pulses back. If you can, lift your legs. And then 8 counts to lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, shaking, trembling, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the floor. Maybe take a nice big stretch here. I would, but there's a wall behind me. Hug your knees into your chest. And I invite you to take any last pose, posture, or two that is calling your name. That would feel especially good to you and your body today. Just taking a moment to connect with your own self-worth, your own self-assurance, knowing that nobody knows what you and your body need more than you and your body. Just taking another minute. Just kind of complete this movement part of the practice. You're still paying attention to the way the energy, the way the prana is moving in your body. So the prana is sending signals through different parts of your body, which is then sending signals to your brain that's like, oh, this, move this way, move that way. And it's happening so quickly that it feels as though it's happening completely connected. So when we say the mind-body connection, this is what we're talking about. This is what yoga talks about in the mind-body connection. The prana, the life force in the body, is sending all of the messages, is guiding you to move. But the mind doesn't necessarily speak the same language as the body. So there's this translation going from mind to body, body to mind, but it's happening, again, so quickly that it feels like it's happening at the exact same time. It's like sometimes you're like, I know in my mind that I want to do, this pose or this posture. And then your body's like, nuh-uh, no way. You don't. You want to do this instead. Your mind's like, oh yeah, that's totally what I meant. At least that's what the mind-body connection feels like for me sometimes. So of course, this is your time. This is your practice. If you are enjoying some movement, if you found a sweet moving space and you want to stay in it for a little while longer, go ahead and do so. Give yourself permission to let this practice be whatever it needs to be for you. Remember, you're here because something inside of you wanted to be here. You're not doing this for anybody else. Otherwise, if you'd like, you could make your way to a comfortable resting place, Shavasana. Maybe you're lying on your back, legs apart, arms out, palms open. Or maybe you want to come into seated meditation because that feels better this morning. Just releasing your breath, releasing your belly. Thanks, Jenny. Feeling your body getting a little heavier, a lot heavier. And as you move into stillness, let the prana, the life force that has been guiding your movement, start to just settle or flow without you physically doing anything. Notice now what that feels like. You might feel sensations of heat or warmth in parts of your body.
I might feel more like tingling or pulsing or streaming. Let your attention rest on maybe the gentle undulation of your ribs, belly, and chest as you breathe naturally. Or maybe it's the tingling sensations moving through and in your body. Letting that fire in your belly start to smolder. Feeling the lingering warmth in your heart and your chest. Fire, the heat in the belly, the Agni, has this amazing ability as we engage it. The more we fire up our belly, has this amazing ability to melt and liquefy anything in our heart that feels heavy or painful, hard. It's like hard candy that you might make at like Christmas time or something. And then as you heat it up, it melts and turns back to liquid. It doesn't lose any substance. It just becomes easier to move and easier to experience and easier to work with. So it may not go away completely. You may not completely lose or empty your heart of anything that feels hard or painful, but you can liquefy it and then you can move it around and you can explore it and work with it. And perhaps eventually over time, it doesn't feel the same heavy, hard burden anymore. So maybe you take another breath or two here. Maybe you stay here because you're in a good place and you have the time. Perhaps you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you take a deeper breath. Feel that breath moving through your whole body. Maybe you start to roll your wrists and your ankles. Maybe you start to rock your head from side to side. Reach your arms up and take a big morning type stretch. And if you want to move all the way to seated, you can. Or you can stay on your back and maybe you just place your hands over your heart or at your heart. Or maybe you place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly, feeling that connection, that heart-belly connection, that fire. Just remembering that you have absolutely everything you need here inside of you. That anything you do, any practices, yoga, meditation, exercising, whatever it is, prayer, it all comes from within you. I love you. Namaste.